Earlier today, Hunter Biden was convicted of 2 counts of lying on a form submitted to a federal firearms dealer about his addiction or use of crack cocaine and possessing a firearm while a user or addict. There have been 2 overarching themes emphasized by the prosecution during trial: this defendant's illegal choices and the rule of law. First, while there has been much testimony about the defendant's abuse of drugs and alcohol, ultimately this case was not just about addiction, a disease that haunts families across the United States, including Hunter Biden's family. This case was about the illegal choices defendant made while in the throes of addiction, his choice to lie on a government form when he bought a gun, and the choice to then possess that gun. It was these choices and the combination of guns and drugs that made his conduct dangerous. Second, no one in this country is above the law. Everyone must be accountable for their actions, even this defendant. However, Hunter Biden should be no more accountable than any other citizen convicted of this same conduct. The prosecution has been and will continue to be committed to this principle and to the principles of federal prosecution in carrying out its responsibilities. I want to thank the jury for their service. There are few civic responsibilities more important than jury service. 15 Delawareans came to court each day and performed their responsibilities in a professional and conscientious manner. We thank them. I want to thank Derek Hines, Leo Wise, and the entire special counsel team. I am so proud of this group of attorneys, agents, and litigation professionals. This is a difficult assignment. These folks have been working 7 days a week for the last couple months, litigating a variety of issues in district and appellate courts on 2 coasts. They have given their heart and soul to this work. They represent the best that public service has to offer. I am incredibly grateful. Finally, I want to thank Attorney General Garland for providing the support necessary to fulfill our mission, ensuring that we have the independence to appropriately pursue our investigations and prosecutions. As you know, we have additional trials and investigative work to be done, so I will not entertain questions at this time. Our work continues. Thank you for your consideration. Thanks.
You've heard from jurors on Mr. Weiss, would you entertain a plea deal in the California case? I'm a witness to Joe Biden being a criminal on Air Force One, Air Force Two. I need to be a...
All right, short and sweet. Special counsel David Weiss there giving quick remarks, saying this was not just about addiction. It was about illegal choices. It was about guns and drugs and conduct, period. No one in this country is above the law, something that we have said time and time again as we've been talking about this trial. So, Rachel, your reaction first to, because there was a lot of talk about too much talk about drug addiction, and there was a lot of concern around the country that this would come off insensitive, that those dealing with drug addiction were concerned that this was going to become the center of the case, where special counsel, again, driving home to the point that that's not what this was about. This necessarily was not all about drug addiction, but that it was about bad choices.
Yeah, absolutely, Kira. And I think you're really hitting the nail on the head here by making that point, because it's something that the special counsel clearly wanted to drive home in these very brief remarks, saying that it wasn't just necessarily all about here addiction. It's also about unlawful conduct. And this is why they pursued this case against Hunter Biden. He also said that Hunter Biden is no more accountable than any other private citizen in this country, underscoring the rule of law. He praised the 15 Americans from Delaware Delaware that came forward to be part of this jury that deliberated and ultimately found Hunter Biden guilty on these charges. And it was also very notable that he thanked Biden's Attorney General, Merrick Garland, for his support to pursue these investigations. He said for the independents to pursue these investigations, underscoring here, again, the sharp contrast that we've heard Republicans sort of make this idea that they believe that the Justice Department is being weaponized. Here you have the special counsel praising Biden's own Attorney General for giving him the space and the time to pursue this investigation and this case against the president's son, Kira.
Pierre, what more do we know about David Weiss? You know, he took a lot of heat because he was nominated by then President Donald Trump back in 2017, but he seemed very direct, to the point, by the law.
Well, Kira, I think one of the things that strikes you when you see a U.S. attorney, in this case a special counsel, come out and speak after they have a conviction is the extraordinary power and resources that they can bring to bear on an individual. And, you know, listening to him talk, Hunter Biden was pursued vigorously, and no matter what the circumstances were, when they looked at the case and saw his signature on that form, and given all the evidence they say they had, that he was a known drug user who was deep in the throes of addiction, in terms of crack addiction, that when he filled out that form and said that he was not such, that he had committed a crime, and then when he was in possession of the gun, he was had committed a crime as well. So at the end of the day, when you see the judicial and law enforcement process at work, and you hear the tone and the sound of David Weiss, he absolutely believes that they did the right thing today in getting this conviction. And I also think it was interesting that he went out of his way to point out that Merrick Garland, who was appointed by President Biden, gave him the free rein and the independence and the authority to pursue this case the way he saw fit.